Hey folks, this is Peter Boykin running for Lieutenant Governor of North Carolina. I just got done doing the last couple of locations in Raleigh. Hey, better late than never. I gotta tell you something. I'm very disappointed. I am very disappointed in the fact that I have drove from location to location in Alamance County, in Guilford County, in Wake County. I wish I had gotten to Charlotte. I just couldn't get to Charlotte. And I have seen at the early voting locations, which there's not that many of them. It's a lot when you're by yourself. I have maybe seen one or two tables done by like a Republican club or something like that with some brochures. But I have not seen not one official Republican table or anything set up for voters, for voting. And I'm wondering, with the North Carolina or the whoever, GOP, being North Carolina, being such an influential state, being the purple state we are, being the state that really needs the vote to come out, where in the hell are the people at the early voting locations to greet voters? We can't depend on little local clubs to come out, or local GOPs. I know, like, Alamance isn't that big, so I can understand they don't have enough people. But Wake County is the largest voting county in the state of North Carolina. The most voters, the most registered voters. It's the #1 county in North Carolina. And I've gone to these meetings. People will complain and they will argue and they will fight to get positions and chairmanships and executive committee memberships and everything else. But where the hell are y'all when it comes to the early voting? Where are you? Why is there nobody at these locations? Out of 17 or 20 something locations. And we're talking about Wake and Johnson. 17 locations, Wake and Johnson. 2 of those are churches, didn't have none, don't count. 15 locations. I believe there were 2 locations, 2, maybe 3, that actually had a table set up with brochures of people who were running. But nobody at any of the other locations. But almost half, if not all, but almost half of the locations had a Democrat table set up to give out Democrat information to get voters in. You can't depend, Republican Party, you can't depend on the candidates to stand out there and give out information. Not everybody's going to be there. Not every candidate can be everywhere. But I'm wondering, with this funding that people get, that the North Carolina House Republicans or the Republican Party, they're always asking for money. They're always asking for this and that and this and that. Money. Always asking for donations. And people are spending millions of dollars on campaigns. But yet we can't hire a few people to work the polls? Like a 12-hour shift for 2 weeks? We have this long early voting period, but we don't have anybody that can work the polls. Y'all should have a table with whatever brochures that people are and getting people voting. What the hell are we missing? This is a presidential election. A presidential election. Everything's on the board. The governorship's on the board. The lieutenant governorship's on the board. All the state council positions are on the board. The Congress is on the board. U.S. Congress is on the board. The only thing we don't have on board is a state senator. Or U.S. senator. Everything. Yet we don't have the number one voting county. The number one voting county. We don't have a simple little table set up with some information, but in a couple of spots. That really bothers me. What are we doing as a Republican Party? Are we content? We're complaining about Ron Dowell. We're complaining about McConnell. We're complaining about this person and that person. We're infighting constantly. I mean, it is an election. But we can't, at the end of the day, get somebody to work the polls. We want people to work. If people aren't volunteering, we should be paying for people to do it. You can't hire some youth. You can't hire somebody to go out to the polls and work during the polls. $20 an hour, something like that. Can't be that damn expensive. For what, 2 weeks of work? 17 locations. And Cary and Wake and Johnson County. You can't have somebody working the polls. I don't understand. And then we wonder why. We wonder why we lose. We wonder why the Republican Party is losing people because of this kind of crap. That's my rant. And hopefully you can go out and vote for me, and I'll make this message go out to every GOP club I can across this this North Carolina. I'll tell people the truth. And hopefully, as a chairman of sorts for the Republican Party, but I'm also I would be in the position of lieutenant governor, which is for everyone. But part of it is traveling the state and talking to people. I can encourage people to let's get some people at the polls. Do you really want to win? Do you really want to win? I don't see it. I don't see the enthusiasm. Where the hell are you? This is Peter Boykin. You check out more information about me at peterboykin.com. I don't know if I'm going to win this election. All I got to say is, at the end of the day, the ones that do get elected in primary, hopefully we'll get people who can win. Because I've warned people. We're a purple state. We have the most moderate voters, and we are hemorrhaging, we are bleeding out people in our party. We're losing Republicans. They're becoming unaffiliated because of this kind of BS. I'm just telling the truth, and I'm always going to tell the truth. This is Peter Boykin, running for Lieutenant Governor of North Carolina. Peter Boykin for NC. A constitutionalist for liberty.